Hey, HCDA, and today I have a demo for you of Starvester. Now this demo is going to go live on the same day that this episode will go live, because I got an early access version, and honestly the game is kind of interesting, so let's just start a new save and run through it. This is an incremental game where we're basically trying to build a Dyson sphere, and you know how much I like Dyson spheres, so let's go for it. Now, greetings Starvester, you have reached your destination. I hope your cryo sleep was comfortable. This is Planet Vesta. Click and hold it to mind. Fuel! I can just click and hold it. Oh, there we go. We can also spam click it if we want to speed that up. But we're going to need some fuel, apparently, which we can use to expand our factory. Okay. That actually didn't consume the resources, so that was interesting. We just need to meet the threshold. Now we can see kind of the planets in our little solar system. Kind of cool. No signs of life detected in the star system, all clear to harvest in the parent star. So this is a incremental game, which works like any other incremental game, honestly, but it's kind of fun. It has some interesting mechanics to it. We are going to need an enormous amount of resources. Incremental game it is. Keep expanding the factory and mine resources from places you discover. Okay, we can move our view and we can zoom in and out. Yes, okay, let's get to work. So, we want to do some mining, I guess. We just upgraded our manual mining. There we go. Now this is going a bit faster. Manually clicking is definitely just faster. And we can spawn a drone and then a miner as a result of that. So we turn the drone into a miner. You can see it here on the planet, and now we get some passive income. And we're going to need a few more of those, I think. Nice thing is you can actually see them appearing on the planet. I think that's... well, we've already maxed out the manual mining, so we're not going to be doing a whole lot more of that. And we need to gather a total of 1.5k fuel in order to get to the next level, so I suppose we're just going to add some more miners to the mix. Now this has a prestige mechanic as well. So the first run is going to be the slowest run, but then you kind of do it all over again, and you get more and more stuff as you go. We don't have this resource. This is research, if I am not mistaken, but we will get that sooner rather than later. You can actually see my resources collecting pretty fast now at this point. So even if I stop clicking, you can still see the bar progressing. Now that's nice. Okay, pretty simple and straightforward so far, but we're about to unlock the next expansion. We've built a research station. Deploy some drones to start researching. So in order to start research here, I first need to go back to the other planet. Spawn some drones and then go back to this one and get some researches. There we go. We are now starting to research stuff, and I suppose we want some more of those. We can increase our research speed, or we can increase our research amount. So we kind of want to balance these two, I guess, in order to get more and more of that. Now we also kind of have to balance getting the drones and getting research, because we need drones to get research, but we also need drones to keep improving this first planet. And since every next drone is getting more and more expensive, we want to make sure that we don't overdo or underdo the balance between these things. Now, getting the research speed higher does seem like a smart thing to do. And I definitely think I want some more of these. We are now getting 3 per second, so that's not really a lot. Let's increase the speed again. What I hope they will improve in the full release version of this game is actually tell us how much we're upgrading the speed, because it doesn't actually tell you, so it makes it a little hard to guess how much you're actually gaining from this. For example, I have already upgraded the speed 3 times. I do it one more. It doesn't seem to be giving us the additional yields that I would expect. It just went from 6 to 7 per second. Now if I increase the amount, I'm gonna double it. So yeah, you definitely want to kind of balance those if you can. Let's make sure we buy some more fuel as well, some fuel miners. I should probably have gotten the other one, but that's okay. I mean, we have nothing but time, so, you know, we'll be fine. 28, 32 per second now. So that means that every one of these is now producing, what is it, 6 or 7, something like that. I mean, the speed does help out. Let's increase the mining speed. So now we are at 54, 57 per second. Interesting. I do think we want to mostly focus our drones on this planet though. Because we don't actually need the research to progress to the next level, we just need the fuel. And yeah, increasing the amounts here definitely helps. So we can actually get more research drones for research points by spending research. So yeah, that was almost over 50% increase actually. Kind of like the music in this game as well. It's really, really relaxing. You can see the incremental effect starting to happen. I like that you can see all the drones that we have here. Kind of nice. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some more researchers with drones nonetheless, because I do think we need to kind of speed this up. But that's probably enough, so let's switch back to upgrading our fuel and we can expand. There we go. You've discovered the brittle rock. This is totally not the moon. You can send back common metals and deploy satellites from here. Nice. So what does this do? We need some more drones for this, so let's buy a few of them. Let's make sure we upgrade the stuff. Okay. That's number 3. So we can build a space elevator for transporting common metals. Okay, let's do that. Now we are transporting 4 per second. Oh, look, you can see them flying to the planet. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we can buy satellites with that common metal as soon as we have enough of it. And then we can buy other satellites with that. So we can turn it into a fuel satellite. Increases fuel mined by each drone by plus 100%. So there's diminishing returns on this. But it sounds pretty good. This one does research and this one does metals. Oh, but this is 200%. Well, this sounds like a pretty good place to start. Let's upgrade this as well. Now we're already at 25 per second. The next satellite is way more expensive though. We're at 42 per second. Okay. Let's make sure we keep increasing this. Let's buy a couple of elevators. 100, sure. Let's buy another one for the minerals. And then now let's get one for the fuel. Let's see. How much did that increase? We are now at 700 per second. So just looking at these bars, I think we need to focus back on fuel now. Because the metals bar is actually filling up faster than the fuel. Let's buy some extra help. So this is only sitting at 200. That feels low. Oh, we're already maxing that one out. Okay. I've already maxed out the mining speed as well. Okay, fair enough. Let's get one satellite for research as well. I mean, we do want to have these upgrades. Well, we mostly want the other upgrades, I guess. I mean, mining speed here is probably pretty good. Mining amount here as well. There we go. Yeah. I like the balancing act here. Let's focus on fuel satellites now, because I do think we just need more fuel. I mean, look at these rates. Yeah, we definitely need more fuel. This is 19,000. How much do we have? We have 10,000, so let's wait for that. Yeah, I kind of want to buy this as well. Resist. So we can actually click. You can see that for some reason that gives us 400 per second additional when we hold the button. That's interesting. So this does definitely speed things up. Okay, let's increase this. Let's buy some more miners. Now we are at a natural 2.5k per second. Yeah, we can see the bar starting to move, but it is fairly slow. The satellites are already costing 11,000 per satellite, so that's a massive amount. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, I'll just keep buying more miners, and then we should have the 400k done in a second. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's expand them once more, and we've now discovered Cindermoon, which is, I don't know, floating around Jupiter, apparently. Let's see. You can prestige from here when progress gets slow. Okay, and we can see that we will reach the next point, because I think this is the, yeah, the prestige points that we see here over here. So we have 3 of them, but in 2 minutes we'll have the next one. And we just need to get more fuel for that. I think it just makes sense to just immediately prestige. We didn't spend that long, it's like 10 minutes on the first run. So yeah, that should be fine. Now, obviously these graphics aren't like high-tech or anything like that, but I kind of like the fact that we can see all the different planets and drones flying around. It would take us 25 minutes at this rate to get to the next prestige point, so, you know, let's do this. This will reset the run, but we get this nice little galaxy to pick upgrades from. Most of them are locked, so this is very promising for the full release, that there's so much more to go. Let's see, we can increase the fuel gains by 100% per tier, so that's really good. Same for research and same for satellites. Okay, so we might want to get a couple of these. Hopefully they will multiply with each other. Fuel gained from drones is increased by 10% for each prestige point, so that's not a huge amount yet. It's like 40%. Fuel and common metals gain is increased by 1% for each research drone. Okay, that's not a lot yet, because I had like, I don't know, 20 research drones or so. I don't even think that many. We can also start the run with plus 20 drones. Okay, and clicking and holding increases resource gain by 100% per tier. Okay, so if I get additional fuel, satellites, because this will actually help us with everything. And then maybe the click and hold, because then I can kind of funnel additional resources in what I want. And I'm inclined to go for the drones. I'm not sure if that's the best upgrade to get, but drones get really expensive really fast. So making a head start, assuming that that doesn't actually make the next ones more expensive, could be a way to kind of break the system. Okay, so no, that was very quick. There we go. And then we can spawn miners. So we already have, look, we have 20 drones already, and the first drone is actually, I think, just as expensive as it already was. So just by spending them all on miners, look at how fast we're boosting through this now. I'm just gonna make sure I'm starting with a whole bunch of these miners on fuel, and that should make our life super easy. Okay, there we go. We already have the research station up and running, so we want to buy some more of those. Then we get some more research going, and well, we're not quite back where we were. We're definitely speeding things up, so do need to make sure I don't overdo it. So if I click this, it goes from 3 to 6. If I click this and hold, yeah, it's more than double as well. So it's definitely worth using that ability. Okay, let's see. Okay, this definitely helps speeding things up. Let's double the amount. Now we're at 25 per second. Let's increase the speed once more. Yeah, we can kind of boost our own way through here at this point. Especially the holding thing. So how many of these drones do I have? Can I see this somewhere? I mean, I can count, I guess. This is what? 7, 14. It's a weird amount. 20. So this is just 20 in total. Okay, 21. I have 21. That's nice to keep in mind. See how far we get when we start thinking about more prestiging. And just spending this research on these things is, I think, kind of free, because it's research producing more research, so there's not really anything to be lost there. The drones are a finite resource, so I do need to keep an eye on that I don't want to overdo buying things that are not actually contributing that much. these upgrades went up really fast now as well. Okay, so we have a lot of that production. You can already see this fuel production is already proceeding really quick. So let's make sure we focus a little bit on the elevators now. There we go. Can I click on this? Ah, that's interesting. I don't think, at least based on what I'm seeing here, clicking and holding doesn't actually do anything on this particular planet. I think still going for the metals first makes sense, because we need metals to make more satellites. But this is definitely a bit of a balancing act as well. So let's get 3 maybe. And then I think the main thing that we should be doing is maybe adding in some more elevators. There we go. And we definitely want fuel elevators. And then maybe one more research. Okay, let's go with that for now. Let's make sure we increase the mining amount here. Let's get some more of these. This, as you can see, this is not taking long at all. Let's buy some more help here. So now we're 26. Okay, 26. That's good to remember. We're producing 6,000 per second already. And interestingly enough, the metals are actually going to finish before the fuel. So that tells me probably need more fuel. So let's buy another fuel satellite. Let's hold off on buying another satellite for the moment. Okay, so this is the Cinnamon once more. It's only going to take 30 minutes to get to the new level. But more importantly, we want to finish this because we're, as I assume, going to unlock a new planet at that point. Okay, so, you know, let's have the fuel keep coming. And let's buy another fuel satellite, question mark. Let's get one of each. 700 per second compared to the 20,000 we need to buy a satellite. This is getting a bit painful, even though I have 4 of these satellites. But yeah, there's diminishing returns, so the modifier is increased by plus 100%. But because it's flat modifiers, every one you add, the first one basically triples your output, as I understand this correctly, like plus 200%. But then the next one turns it from a total of 300% to 500, so it's like a 50% increase. So yeah, keeping that in mind, we might actually want to get a research, because the percentual increase to the research is going to be bigger than the increase to anything else. This is only sitting at 800, feels a little bit low, but then again the amounts are fairly low here as well. We need more fuel for sure. Let's make sure we get the mining amount increase as well. Clicking, or actually holding the button, kind of cool as well. Oh, I actually didn't notice before, but look, these are the satellites that we've upgraded, and you can actually see what color they have, what they do, I think. That might be my imagination, not sure. We have 71 fuel drones at this point. If I add one, yeah, it's not a massive increase, but it's still an increase. We maxed out the upgrades here actually, so we can only get or extra help or satellites in this case. Sure, let's get more fuel. More fuel always seems like a good idea. How are we doing on prestiging? Just 5 minutes. We are definitely increasing the rate now. But we're also very close at getting a new thing unlocked. How many drones do I have? Let's just spend them here. Not sure how much I like this mechanic though. If I click, I'm more than doubling my output. Which makes it a little more active than passive, but you know. It is what it is. Okay, so now we need to get to 100 million and then 1 million research as well. Okay. I have a feeling the research might be a problem. What do we do over here? We are going to mine some asteroids. We can spawn a miner. That is going to get us precious ore. Okay. We can increase the mining speed and mining amount again. And then we can use that ore to buy gold. which increases fuel generation. Okay, this is another multiplier. This is research points, and this is common metals. Okay, and then we can use, I guess this. Okay, so you use, if you have 10 gold, you can get iridium, and that's going to, oh wow, 1500% increase to fuel and 200% to silicon? Question mark. Okay. This is going to do something similar for research and satellite effects, and this is going to do something like that for palladium. Sorry, the palladium is going to do it for common metals and precious ore. Okay. Okay. Let's increase the mining amount, but we're not actually mining anything yet. I should really use the hotkeys for this. Okay, let's go here and let's start buying some miners. Look, they actually arrive. That's kind of cute. Okay, so a little bit of everything is always good. I actually forgot to check what my rate was. So we are now at 44k, which is, I think, 3 times as much as what I had before. So if I get another gold, yeah, it's a massive increase. So this is definitely worth getting. Even though I already have, how many do I have now? Can I see that somewhere? Oh, here. Okay, so now we have 7 of those. Let's get some for the research as well, because we are going to need 1 million of that, although we need 100 times as much for the fuel, so we definitely want to increase that as well. Let's buy some more miners, just to make sure we keep speeding this up. Let's get some gold, let's get some platinum. So this was, yeah, this was a research, and this was gold, and this is going to do common metals. I mean, actually I haven't checked back there, so we can buy ourselves some satellites. Satellite, singular, apparently. I still think we should be focusing on fuel here. I mean, I already got 4 of these, so either getting more elevators or more speed is definitely going to do more than getting more of those satellites. Let's see. Oh, we have enough for iridium. Okay, so let's check. So this is now 200k. Okay, and now I buy iridium instead of the 10 gold. Yeah, so that's a 50% increase. Makes sense because it was 10 gold, so that's a 1000% increase, replaced by 1 iridium, which was a 1500 increase. Now the interesting thing is, so hold on, we have 291, sorry. And then if I buy 1 gold, okay, so I think the buffs from these stack together, but they don't multiply with each other. So they're additive rather than multiplicative. Which is a shame, because otherwise it would be a lot more effective. Okay, so let's get some more miners here as well. Now I have 11 of them. How are we doing on prestige points? Oh, we're just 1 minute away from getting a 2nd upgrade. Okay. Well, let's see how far we can take this. How are we doing on the fuel? We definitely need more fuel. We can increase the mining amount. Let's buy a bunch of these. And there's definitely, that's definitely worth increasing. Now holding this is going to more than double it. Let's get some extra help here. How are we doing here? So 4.2k per second, and we have 36 of those now. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing okay on the research, at least on the progress. So let's keep focusing on the fuel. It doesn't feel worth it. For some reason, the satellites seem a little bit undertuned. Maybe. I don't know. Feels like these don't do that much. But I might be completely wrong about that. I kind of want some of this palladium. But then I need, what? 10 ruthenium. And that's super expensive. Okay, that's that's not gonna happen for a while. Okay, I think what I should be doing here is to get me a few more of these, then just hold my button here and wait until we get to 100 million. Okay, I turned off the clicking sound because that was getting a little bit annoying, but we can expand now. And look, we already had access to this planet, but apparently now we can actually build stuff here. So what are we doing here? We are going to get a new resource, which I don't know what it is. Silicon. No, this is the silicon. Okay. We can spawn a collector that is going to collect silicon. And what can we do with that? Emits a burst of fuel equivalent to a certain amount of drones, I guess. And we can use 1 silicon to upgrade this. Okay, so let's get some drones. Let's get some collectors going. Hello? Oh, they need to arrive. Look, we're like hovering over the planet. This is pretty fast. And then we get a fuel burst. Ah, okay, that sends like drones off. Equal to 10 drones. Okay, so this is 20, 30, 40. I mean, that sounds really good. Let's do the same thing for this as well. I mean, I can just buy a little bit of everything here, right? This doesn't seem to get more expensive. That's interesting. I do feel like the collection rate might be getting slower. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, again, there's diminishing returns. But there's no incremental increase of the cost to purchase this. So I just got 3 more of these. So now I'm getting a fuel burst equivalent to 100 or 90 drones in this case for the moment. 100 now. If you compare that to the actual planet, there's 93 here, so that should be substantial. My fuel seems to be lagging behind a little bit, or my research, I mean. Let's get some extra help on that. Let's make sure we get some extra mining speed. This is now sitting at 2k per second almost. Let's make sure we add an ore burst. Actually, I thought it was the other one, sorry. The metal burst is what we need, I think. Ore, however, well, we need everything, but ore is for this. However, if we buy a ruthenium now... Oh, I should have picked that one probably. We already had mining amount. It's interesting because for the other planet, the speed went up first and then the mining amount. Well, let's see. There's actually no rate per second here, which is a little annoying because now I actually have no idea what this does. I mean, it already doesn't tell me how much faster, but I also can't tell what it's doing now. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some more drones. Maybe some more harvesters. I mean, it definitely feels like this is going slower now. Is it impacted by the number I have? No, that would be weird. Huh. Okay. We need more research. And we need more fuel. Maybe some metals. Try to balance it a little bit based on what I need. We can now buy another one of these. Maybe that should go into research now, since we are kind of lacking that. We can speed things up if we do it like this. Now remember, we don't have to save up that 2 billion fuel. I actually didn't notice how much it was. We just need to generate it. But it does feel like this might be going a bit too slow. How are we doing on the prestige? So we have 2 more points, but in 2 minutes we'll have 3 points. I think it makes sense to at least wait for that. I mean, we are producing 1.4 million per second. Which is not too shabby. But yeah, I don't think we need to sit around waiting for this. Okie dokie, so we have 3 more points. The next ETA is 46 minutes away, so yeah, I definitely want to speed things up. So let's prestige and add some more points. Now, it would be really nice if we could pick some of these, but it is what it is. So this would be a 50% increase to fuel. This would be a 70 increase to fuel. Research seems kind of important as well. Although we could get a, not the same bonus, but a similar bonus from satellites over here. So fuel and common metals gain is increased by 1% per tier for each. So I can select the same thing multiple times. Ha 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 ha. So fuel is my main bottleneck, as well as research. So I think I want to click I want at least one of these research as well. And then maybe this, because that allows me to get more research and in turn get more fuel and common metals as an additional multiplier. And then maybe this one? I mean, this is 70%, so if this is a separate multiplier compared to this one, it's gonna be better. And this one is going to get better as we continue anyway. Yeah, let's go for this, see how this goes. Okay, let's see how fast we can boost our way through the first few levels now. So let's expand. Let's actually let's buy a whole bunch of miners. There we go. Let's buy some more. We were at about 100, I think, last time. So we need more drones. I mean, alternatively, I could have gone with getting more drones just now as well. I like that you don't have to spam click this. Okay. So we can more than double the output still. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the amount. So that's 50 per second already. 70, 95, 118. Let's buy some help. 300. 400. Yeah, we will have this maxed out in no time at this rate. Okay, let's get some extra help. Because remember, that boosts everything else as well. I haven't actually been focusing on this thing at all. I'm already unlocking a new planet. Which means that I should probably buy myself a whole bunch of drones. And put them on here. Increase the mining speed while we're at it, so this can kind of start working towards getting a satellite. There we go. Let's get some more metals, just like before. Buy another satellite. Let's get another metal. But now it's 300%. Yeah, so I definitely want to get fuel next, and then at least one of the research. Then more fuel. Let's have some more mining speed. Okay, okay. 1.1k already. Let's make sure we get the upgrades here. I have been neglecting my main planet. But yeah, you can see how fast it is going now that I actually focus on it a little bit. Okay, okay, not bad. Next step is the prestige planet, so that's not actually going to help us produce anything more. This is going at a pretty decent rate now. Now remember, every time I get extra help here, that's also going to give me, what was it? 1% to fuel and metals, I think. Not gonna be massive, but still. Okay, we have that unlocked now. Next stop, 2.5 million. Let's make sure we grab those miners. Let's make sure we do this. Let's focus a little bit on the research as well. And remember, I can just click the station to get some additional speed going as well. Might go for the extra help next, so we have some additional science production going on automatically in the background when we go for anything else. 62, there we go, okay. And I like that we can barely see this planet anymore at this point. That's a whole bunch of those. We are not quite yet at the level we were, but we're already at 77. Both of these are progressing nicely now. Let's buy another one of these. I do think I want to buy a couple more of these elevators. 16 of them. Again, I can't boost this planet by the looks of it. Not sure if that's intentional or that's a bug. There's no point on me holding the button on that one, at least. Okay, we are about to start unlocking the portals once more. I might as well just get some additional fuel going, because I know I need 100 million after this. And there we go. Okay. I don't actually have the drones yet, so let's buy a bunch. Let's buy some miners. And now we have this coming in, so we can buy some more fuel. We should probably buy some science as well, because we do want to start upgrading these. Speaking of which, how are we doing here? So we actually maxed out everything except for the extra help. The extra help being 300k. Definitely want to get this first. Now let's focus on the field, because I think we're doing fine on the research now. Let's make sure we get that up and running. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I should be getting more metals. Obviously, more of these satellites is going to give me more metals, which is going to give me more satellites. But because the satellites become so much more expensive really quickly, I'm not 100% sure if it makes sense to... I mean, we only have like 10 now. No, sorry, 12. So it's not like you get a lot of them very easily. Huh. The problem is I can't do the math on this because I don't know the rates. Well, actually I know most of the rates for this, because this actually says by how much it's improving. What I don't know is the speed, like upgrade speed of research drone, right, but by 5%, 10%, 200%, we don't know. We don't know, it's a mystery. Okay, let's go back here. Let's get some additional miners here. Let's upgrade the amounts, and let's make sure we grab a whole bunch of gold. 100 million we need. The research is definitely on point, so that's not a problem. But we need more of those, and as soon as we have 10, so we need 2 more. I can't speed this one up though. You can see it actually moving faster. Interesting. So we can buy 1 iridium now. Okay. So we have all of that. Then it might make sense to just, buy some more of these. And I'll hold the button on this one. This is going to do 2 million per second, and we only need 100 million. So, that's only 50 seconds away. Prestige-wise, yeah, that's a different story. It's gonna be interesting to see. Oh, I'm clicking on the picture now. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. It's gonna be interesting to see how long it's going to take to actually get that next prestige point. You can always just restart your run and reassign the points if you are not sure you picked the optimal combination. Okie dokie, let's upgrade this once more. We are back on totally not Jupiter, and let's get a bunch of drones. Let's just spawn some collectors. Every time I expect them to just pop up, but it doesn't work. I actually don't know, does clicking on this speed things up? Not sure. We want a little bit of these, we want some of those, we want some of those. Honestly, I might just keep everything leveled. I mean, obviously need more fuel than I need anything else, because we need that for the prestige, but... The way this production works makes it really hard to tell if clicking on this planet actually does anything. It's also interesting that I have 13 portals, but I'm still not producing more than 1. Okay, I have 20 of these now. Might be a little bit much compared to the amount I have for the others, especially considering I have way more drones on this planet than I have on the other ones. Let's increase the mining speed. We have a lot of research waiting for us there. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, let's just keep going. And let's keep adding some of these. We are getting to the slower part of the game now. 55 minutes until the next prestige point, so let's see if we can speed that up a little bit. So it feels to me like this planet is kind of giving me a massive boost. I wish I could tell. Let's see, can I hover over this somehow? I can't really tell how much this is actually producing. I mean, it's the equivalent of 200 drones now. I actually wonder, is the research point? Nah. So the passive I have in the prestige overview, that gives me points per research drone. I guess that doesn't apply to the ones you get here. This is just the raw research you get from those. If it does work that way, that would be great, but I think that's a little bit optimistic to expect. Okay. 1.6 million to get another 5 of these. Just a little expensive. Just a wee bit. So, would it be better to get more of these? Or should I just keep getting more of, well, either these, because I only have 16 of them here. How much do I have here? 14. Okay. Actually, I only have 16 here. Am I sleeping on this? Should I be getting more? And we can try getting some more. Which planet was it? This one. Let's see if I get one more of those. Oh, look how few drones we're getting at this point. Yeah, that is a very significant increase. For some reason it seems to be a larger increase than just a ratio of how many more I got, because I just got... Actually, I don't know. That might not be true. Okay. So this multiplier is larger than the other two. So I think I need to go for research here to balance this out. We're progressing, so we are getting through there slowly. But it is indeed very slow. Okay, so let's see. If I buy 2 more of these, 3 more of those, I can buy another iridium. There we go. Oh, we actually got one of these as well. So this just buffed all my satellite effects by 100%. So if I now go back to this one, it doesn't actually show up here, but I assume we still get the effect. We definitely are producing more here as well. Yeah. Yeah, this planet, oh, no, sorry, this planet is actually contributing quite a bit. So let's make sure we keep upgrading this with our research, and then we're going to use the research, or the, what is this called? Keep forgetting what it's called, the ore, right? We use that to get more research, for example. Yeah, all in all, this is not going all that bad. I can actually speed things up by just clicking here as well. Look at how much stuff is already flying around our system now. That's kind of cool. I remember this is just a demo, so I assume things are going to get way more crazy in the full release. It's a little tame, this game, but it's quite enjoyable, honestly. Okay. So, where am I spending my drones? Am I spending them here? Here, maybe? Let's go here. Let's keep increasing. Oh, we actually maxed out the mining amount already. That's interesting. I actually didn't pay too much. I didn't skip too much time. That's important. And I also, it's like 5 minutes since we last checked. We went down from, what was it, 50 minutes or something like that, to 6 minutes now. So the increase in the production is definitely noticeable. So it seems actually pretty straightforward. The mining amount is just 10, so that is actually just, instead of 1, you get 10. So every time this loop completes, we get 10. Now, I thought initially that it was just going to be like 10 per drone, but that's apparently not how that works. How How does it work? You tell me. I actually don't know. We have several rhodium now as well. It's kind of cool. We can get some palladium going. How far off are we from that? Well, this is a lot more expensive actually. Not that much more expensive. We just need one more. Okay, come on. One more. Palladium. Okay, so now I actually get a 200% bonus to the precious ore mining itself as well. 200%, so now we're getting... Are we getting 30 per run now? Is that how that works? It's interesting. Every time the wave comes in from the other planet, you can see that that's actually contributing a lot to the total value. It's like 2.1k, 3.1k. This completing barely seems to do anything. Look. We can't see this move, and then another wave comes in, and it's like, hello, have another 100k. So yeah, we definitely don't want to put too many miners in here. We just want to have this planet doing its thing. Because these 150 are doing obviously a lot more. Okay, so that also means that... Ooh, collect speed. Interesting. But we can expand. And we have a new planet, Ceryx. That's how we pronounce it. We can spawn lasers to release compressed gas. Okay, what does... Can increase the laser amount. Oh, this is going to give a flat boost to the other planets? Ah, okay, that's kind of cool. Okay. Let's get some drones. There we go. Let's buy some lasers. A whole bunch of them. So this is now producing 1 gas per second. And that is going to go to Vesta, which is now getting a tiny little upgrade. Okay. It's not a lot, to be fair. But this is just going to... Okay, so if I switch this... So now it's going to go to the research station. Okay, so this bonus does stay active. Ah, so it's kind of like an infinitely stacking bonus. Now again, diminishing returns. But, nonetheless... We can get some... Actually, if we can get some signs going, that might actually not be worth it, because we need signs to upgrade this. And yeah, we just make sure we get some more of those. We can get some more lasers. There we go. We have 15 of them now. So this is kind of an interesting puzzle to see how we optimize this. Yeah, we are mining with... So the lasers make sure we are producing more gas. The gas allows us to upgrade our planets faster. So we kind of want to see if we can get that in a loop. Now, how are we doing on... There we go. We already have another prestige, and we're 33 minutes away from the next one. But I think with the help of Ceryx over here, we can speed that up by a lot. Okay, so I just got the second laser speed upgrade, and we are now more than tripling, I think, our upgrade speed compared to before. You can really see this shooting up now. That's really fun, but at the same time, let's see, we can also get some more of these. Let's get some more gold, platinum. Let's get some more mining speed as well while we're at it. I also already have 4 of these iridium, 3 rhodium and 2 palladium. Sorry, getting the hiccups here. We're now producing 28 million per second. As you can see, we still need to focus on our fuel, because the silicon, I think, is doing just fine, but the fuel is a little bit of a problem. Should I be... I can actually just upgrade this. The collecting speed by itself is going to be pretty nice. F57, actually. The ore burst is super useful. Actually, they're all really useful, to be fair. I mean, the fuel itself is of course just a flat boost to what we actually want, but the other stuff is giving us quite significant upgrades as well. And I think actually investing in ore burst is more important, because these buffs are really stacking. Oh, we actually maxed out the mining speed now. These are really multiplying our production by a lot more than everything else. Just getting some additional miners is not going to do the trick, I think. However, I can still buy miners. Now the real question is, where do I put them? Do I put them on the lasers? I think so, right? I mean, look at this. This is now stacking a lot harder. Let's increase the laser speed. There we go. Almost 10 per second now. Yeah, that's going pretty fast. I mean, per second the increase is not that big, but I can just leave this be. Can I click this planet? Ooh, I can click this planet to make this go faster even. Okay. Yeah, we are definitely stacking a lot quicker now. It's only 4 minutes to the next increase as well. I don't think we're quite done yet. We do get diminishing returns here at this point. So we kind of need a new planet. But I don't think we're that far off. Let's make sure we buy some fuel burst as well. And then maybe a little bit of everything else. Collecting speed. Yep, sure, why not? It was actually pretty cheap to get. Do I switch? So how much are we actually producing? 2.2 million per second. But if I click this, it's going to be 5 million per second. Oh, but hold on. We could buy the extra help here as well. Remember, that also buffs the fuel and ore. I think there's the fuel and metal production. There we go. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. We're now producing 6 million per second. So we need 70 million for this. Oh, clickety click. There we go. So we can actually produce 100 million per second as well here. If I click it, that is. Do I want to be clicking it? Well, no, but I might want to switch this to this planet now. So we can actually start boosting our fuel production. And maybe just hold the button here for a little while to increase this even further. Oh, hold on. We definitely want the laser amount to be increased. 27 per second. You can see the production shooting up now. I mean, remember, every point is just 0.1% increase. But that does mean that 100 is 10%, so 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 is doubling the production, basically. At least the first 1,000 is doubling the production. And that's easily worth it. It doesn't take long at all. So, be right back a few minutes. Or, well, actually, I just realized you can actually see the production shooting up without me clicking. So this is just the effect of the lasers, or the gas, I should say, being deployed to our main planet. You can just see the incremental effect happening here. So let's increase the mining amount, which apparently barely does anything. That's interesting. I mean, sure, it's level 16 at this point, but I was expecting it to do a little bit more than that. Okay. Well, that's good to know, I guess, that doesn't do much. Let's get a little bit of everything for the satellites. We are at 2 more prestige points. We are 31 minutes away from the next level, but I kind of want to complete this level before we move on. I have a whole bunch of this stuff laying around. This should definitely increase the production rates as well. Yeah, there we go. We are already sitting at 120 almost per second now. That just increased my laser speed by a lot. And then let's just get some more of these. Honestly, I should probably be focusing a little bit more on these others, especially the research. But you know, you can see the speed slow down to a trickle at this point. That's interesting. if I click this, it's definitely speeding things up, I think. If I don't click it, it's going at this speed. If I do click it, yeah, so clicking does help on Hephaestus, apparently. We're getting pretty close to the next level. Okay, so I'm done with the fuel. Now I need to focus a little bit more on silicon. Now I can do that in two ways. I can click the silicon planet itself, which boosts the production there, or I can help the production be boosted through Ceryx, which is at least permanent. So I think this is the more worthwhile version of doing that. There's something to say for the other approach as well. Look at the amount of stuff flying through our little solar system over here. It's interesting that if I click this, apparently the speed increases and therefore the angle as well. That's interesting. Okay. Does it actually speed up the orbit of the planet? Because for this one it does, I think. Yeah, so it does increase the speed of the asteroid farming. It's kind of like a Dyson sphere of itself. I mean, the size of this thing compared to our sun. I don't think that's completely realistic, but okay. That's probably for good reason, but still. I'm producing this so fast now, we actually have caught up to the buff we applied to the research planet. It's interesting. Boosting the ore planet might be worth it as well. I mean, boosting anything is obviously worth it. But yeah, you can see just with a few seconds we've already gave that a 25% increase. Which again, is permanent, so... Okay, I'm gonna work on a little bit more silicon, probably by clicking this planet. What's silicon again? That's this one, right? Yeah. We only need 200. It feels... It's weird, because it says we need 200. But it feels like we must have had way more than that. Actually, no, because you can see it's just one per. So this is like, yeah, okay, so never mind. It feels like we should have more, but we don't. We definitely do not. Okay, oh, we maxed out the collecting speed over here, so we kind of maxed out this planet at this point. But we're moments away from getting our expansion. And there we go, we got another 13 silicon there. It's slow, but we get it in large bursts, so that's nice. And we can expand. So what do? Ooh, we should now be ready to harvest the energy of the parent star. Deploy some drones to build panels and assemble a Dyson swarm. It's not a Dyson sphere, but it's a Dyson swarm. Okay. So we can spawn a panel. I actually haven't bought any miners for a long while. So that's a whole bunch of panels. Look. Ah, that's a real Dyson swarm. Okay. What are we doing here? We are apparently firing a laser at our planet. That seems like a very bad idea. But I assume we're... I assume we're harvesting energy here. Oh, we're giving a boost here as well. Okay, so now I'm wondering. So if I have this active... It's 278. 289. Okay, hold on. And I switch this off. Okay, it's a permanent. So this kind of works the same as this one. So it's a permanent boost. It's a much larger boost, by the looks of it. Let's make sure we start focusing on fuel here. Oh, look, we actually need to produce whatever this is called. What are we producing here? Energy. Okay, energy. So we need 300 energy to finish the next expansion. I'm actually wondering what that does. But we need 2.5 trillion fuel. So, yeah. Are we like producing this? No, we need panels. Okay, that's interesting. So, this is just producing a flat amount, which we can upgrade, I suppose. Upgrades the resource generation boost for every level. Oh, actually, this doesn't increase the power output. This one, okay, this one increases the power output. And then this one increases the resource generation boost for every level. So this goes from 60 to 70. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. But we can also boost our booster. It seems a bit meta, but apparently we can put gas in our sun to boost that even further. Okay, but we can increase our laser speed. Oh, we actually maxed this out now, so that's kind of nice. So we're now boosting our booster. So this is producing 21 per second now. But every time this will gain a level, that should then increase. Yeah, so we get 10% per level, apparently. Okay. Okay, how are we doing on prestige? Okay, so we maxed out the fuel. Okay, so now we need energy. Okay, so I guess what we need to do is buy more drones, spawn more panels, and thereby produce more power. We also need research, specifically 3 billion. So we're halfway through that. But if we have 3 billion, we're going to produce more energy here. And we need that in order to get to the next level. Interesting. What's also interesting is that these boosts don't use the same amount of stuff. You can see this is going a lot faster than this one. This one is also pretty slow, this one is pretty slow, but basically the further down the list you go, the slower the increases get. Which is something to keep in mind, because this is boosting it pretty quick. And because I'm boosting it in two different ways, by the gas and through the solar energy now, you can see the fuel production per second shooting up quite rapidly now. This one again, I should probably not be spending any research on this anymore, because it's just not doing anything. It's kind of a trap. But I should definitely be increasing the amount of panels I have. Which makes me kind of wonder if the amount of panels I have and the amount of energy I'm producing here actually impacts the speed of this as well. I'm just cutting out a little bit of the dead parts here and there, but I just bought another 15 miners, and that means I can spawn another 15 solar panels, so that should be kind of nice. We are now sitting at over 100, well, almost 100. Let's see. So we can either upgrade the boost level, or we can increase the energy. So let's go with the energy, and that's almost halfway through the next one. Okay, that's really good. And we have 4 prestige points at this point, which makes me wonder if I should be starting another run. And we don't have a timer anymore, and that's just because this is not actually producing, this is just a flat amount. In order to get to the next level, I would need to increase this, and I would need a lot more of these drones. So let's see, if I buy a couple of these, so 140, 150, I almost have the 9 billion I need for this as well. That's actually interesting. There we go. 200, yeah, it might actually be doable. I mean, we're going pretty quick at this point. It's interesting because this, I think, slowed down. Yeah, this is now definitely faster. So it might be worth going for this level next. Should be interesting to see, because right now we're just getting... I don't know what it is. Is it like 5%? It seems to be different depending on where we look. 10% per level, but this is not 10% per level, this is less. It's kind of weird how this works. I mean, we are getting 10% here as well. I mean, it's now increasing by 10%. Oh, but we're getting multiple levels. Oh, okay. So for every level, which is every completion of this bar, we're getting 2 levels now. That's how that works. Okay. And then every level is basically 10%. This is 5%. Yeah. So every boost, every point, it's kind of weird. So every level in this gives us 2 boosts in this, which then gives us 5% per boost. I'm running out of words to use for this, but if I'm not mistaken, then let's see, this is now 5 to 10. Now I get this, and we go for 5 to 20. So every time this completes, we get 3 now. So 52, 55, yes. Okay, that's how it works. However, that doesn't actually give me any additional power, which we do need. We also need some fuel still. But that means this is kind of hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. Is that how you say it in English? I don't know. Anyway, this is going to boost our fuel production. And by boosting our fuel production, we can buy more drones, which in turn is going to allow us to get more power. Soon, we will be there soon. Well, it's starting to look like a proper Dyson sphere at this point, or not sphere, but at least a Dyson swarm. Wondering if the next level is actually going to be the sphere. I mean, I'm not sure if there's going to be a sphere to begin with. Might not be, honestly, because you know, we don't have really room in this this overview over here. However, let's see. I can increase the rate at which I get boosted, but I'm actually gonna save up for the energy generation because I do want to hit the 300 threshold to find that out, which also helps if I keep buying some more solar panels and keep adding those to the mix. So we only need a 20% increase, which this should be, if this is just like a flat rate every time. And I think we should get a 20% increase by getting this. So 1 or 2 solar panels along with the next increase, and we're only 7 billion away from that, should do the trick. So this should put us over 250, 252, yeah. And then we're good to go. So should I focus on? I kind of want all of these. You can see I'm actually kind of ignoring some of these things because I don't really care that much about silicon anymore. The gas itself is also kind of useless at this point, because even though I could increase this and it's a significant increase. But if you look at the gas planet itself, yeah, this is at this point kind of a drop in the bucket. It's still increasing, so you know it's definitely doing something. But the interesting way this game has been designed is that every planet is very strong initially, and then kind of drops off. Although I do have to say that all these things I'm buying here seem to be. I mean, we have 8 of this iridium now, which is like 10,000 percent buff. That's quite significant. And this planet in particular, these bursts, are, I think, a huge part of my production now. I wish we had some overview somewhere where it actually told us how much each planet is producing, like per minute or second or whatever. But yeah, this planet is not to be underestimated, I think. But I don't need to boost this planet because that's only going to boost the silicon speed production. But it's not going to increase the rate at which these waves are flying out. Now, of course, with more silicon, I could buy more ships. As you can see, I have quite a few of those already. I could actually buy... No, we're saving, but I could buy these to buff my production. Look at the amount of stuff coming from these planets. Kind of awesome looking. The numbers hiding the planets is a little bit interesting. I should probably actually click on the planet if I'm talking anyway, because that's 2.5 times as much production at this point. Okay, moment of truth. I can buy a couple more planets. That should put us at 260, 64 apparently. And then I need to boost my energy production. Yes, we actually maxed it out now. Might as well get this then. And 330 is where we are sitting now. And how is that comparing? We have 4 of those. Okay, so let's expand. The Dyson swarm is now sufficiently meeting energy requirements for this star system. Are you ready to proceed to the next stage? Yes. I had a feeling that was going to be the end of the demo. Okay, please consider wishlisting the game. Well, guys, you can keep playing at this point. You can definitely do some more things because, you know, we have 4 more prestige points to do stuff with and kind of boost our production with. But the concept of this game, I think, is kind of cool. So we've completely optimized this system now. I don't know what the next step is. Do we get more systems? Do we get... I don't know. It's interesting because there's obviously a lot more to the prestige mechanic. So I'll just prestige now again, so you can kind of see the overview. We have 11 points accumulated, but there's like an entire star system out there, several constellations, I should say, of other upgrades, and we only have well, we only have 7 points currently sitting in here. So there's definitely a lot more to come. It's not the most complicated game, but I like these incremental games. Just if you come home from a very long day at work and you kind of just want to relax with something and feel like you're making progress and still want to kind of use your brain to optimize things but don't want to think too hard about it, then these games are perfect for that. So consider wishlisting it. I don't think the game is actually coming out soonish. I actually don't know. Check it out. But the demo should be available by the time you're watching this. So check it out for yourself for sure. Let me know in the comments if you did. And as always, if you are still here, you are awesome, and I do hope to catch you in the next one.